thank you all for joining us today, and thank you, Dante, for being the first one to present today. That's a big endeavor. So welcome, and I hope that you enjoy the projects.
All right, well, hi everyone. I'm Dante. Thank you all for coming today. And here's my project. It's called Let's Connect, Extending Reality, Transforming the Home, where by incorporating extended reality into our home design, our design typology will be transformed to expand our spatial limitations in our physical environment beyond the constraints of the wall. So overall, what's the problem? As a lot of you know, there's a growing mental health problem in America, consistently growing every year in every health demographic, which is bringing people to gather less and less, isolating themselves. Along with this, technology is further isolating people, engrossing them in their phones, and deterring them from actually gathering and getting outside. Why do people gather? People mainly gather to gain a sense of community, to be surrounded in a group of people, experiencing the same thing, enjoying the same thing, and overall being around a lot of people just gives you a great sense of feeling. My proposal is seeking to help alleviate this loneliness, to use extended reality technology to bring people together, creating more community, and in the process, changing the way we look and design our homes. What is extended reality? Extended reality is a blanket term using for any technology which changes our perception of our physical space. This includes augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. Augmented reality is simply just placing digital elements over our physical view. Virtual reality completely immersing us inside of a digital world where we can interact with all of the elements, everything in our view. And mixed reality being a mix of the two, where technology can merge and interact with our physical environment, mapping to couches and tables. And then final bit of introductory information is what kind of technology will be needed for my thesis proposal here. It's assumed that there will be 4D motion tracking cameras around to create picture stitching 3-dimensional models, which can do something like this, tracking the boxer's movements live time and creating a 3-dimensional model, along with an optional 360-degree camera in the center to record outlays, and overall mixed reality glasses to be able to overlay the digital events into our view. So here's my proposal. Bringing this technology into our house, we can merge physical viewers along with people that are not physically there, digitally overlaying them into our view, along with changing the way that we spectate events, such as a basketball game, directly on our coffee table. So with this, we can begin merging rooms with people, designing together, overlapping, for this example, 2 dining rooms together so you can share a meal when you cannot physically be together. And this doesn't only include placing a table over a table or 2 physical spaces, but you can begin to design it together in the digital space too, opening up more space for design. So here we have room A, where the guy is physical and he can see the digital elements. Room B, the girl is physical, seeing the exact elements in the same place. They can interact with them and they can design them as need be. Which leads us into the thesis proposal, which is taped out on the ground here, the courtyard house. Taking precedence from a courtyard, which is originally made to have an open central area in the center of program to bring people together, to gather, to create community. We come into our new home design typology, where we have a large central open area, which is ideal for using this extended reality, along with the program being laid out around it. And there's 3 types of program here. We have our egress program, where you can enter, exit the building, along with go up and down stairs. We have our permanent or private program in the red, things that can't move, such as plumbing, which needs to stay in place, or even private, such as a bedroom, which you don't really want to open up to the public, to the virtual, or even open up to the rest of the room. And then the flexible program, which can be moved around, furniture, or even just opened up, expanding our house and the possibilities. And overall, this is possible by retractable walls being able to open up into each of these flexible spaces. So with this, you can begin to overlay other experiences into your own house. Bringing in a stadium into your house, you can actually watch the game, viewing it like in that first picture, seeing it right in front of you, or even being able to scale it up and feel like you're really there with the virtual reality. While scaling it down from the massive size of a stadium already makes it more digestible, along with allows it to fit inside of your home. Continuing into a theater experience, this can be at 1-to-1 scale, making it feel like you're really there using the virtual reality, making it seem like the performer's directly in front of you. And this even expands beyond our walls, pushing beyond the constraints of the boundaries of our physical walls. And then finally, opens up the opportunity to bring in more socialization into our home, bringing in a club experience, having a dance floor on the ground, opening up the rest for seating, and even transforming your islands into the bar at a house, allowing you to meet people in your own home that you didn't even know. Obviously, all of this is at the discretion of how much you want to open up your own house to the public, and it's not constrained to just these 3 programs, but it can be opened up to anything that you might want to overlay into your house. And you don't have to only choose between one of these programs. You can overlap multiple at once. You can overlap the stadium with the theater, creating an interesting overlapping experience in the middle, where you can experience both at the same time, watching the play, watching the game, and experiencing it. Along with this, the senses can be mapped specifically to the places where it's overlapped, being able to specifically hear the, see and feel the theater over here, see both of them at the same time, and then only being able to see the stadium while you're over on the stadium side. And then finally, you can not only view all this in the home, but use the home to allow yourself to be brought into other places. So with physical viewers, such as my mom at the Celtics game, if she was wearing these extended reality headsets, we would be able to merge together with the 4D cameras on the outside, and I would be able to view the game directly with her from her view. We'd be able to collaborate, and this changes the way that we communicate, interact, and experience events together. Continuing over to here, we can witness how we can begin to design for these digital elements. Can you get your thing going? Okay. Where here we have our overlaid stadium and our overlaid theater. We have a coffee table in the middle, and can you see? Let's make this bigger. We have our overlaid coffee table in the middle, and we can actually begin to place the stadium directly inside of our house, being able to look around, see, go as close as we want, or as far, changing our view as we want. Along with this, we can bring performers directly into our house, and then even begin to play around with how we lay out our house between just a regular physical chair here where we could sit. Sorry.
I turned off.
Sorry.
It's connected now.
It's good. We're good.
I need to reconnect though for the camera. So we can have our physical chairs here where we can actually sit. We can begin expanding this out to overlaid chairs where someone else can place their digital chairs here, and then even just have digital elements placed directly into our open area too. So this changes the way we begin to think about design instead of just what we can physically see in front of us, expanding it beyond just the physical into the digital space too. So overall, by incorporating these extended realities into our home design, our design typology will be transformed to expand our spatial limitations in our physical environment beyond the constraints of the wall.
So we can open it up to the audience for any questions or comments.